Welcome to Storytellers, the podcast where we hear the tales and journeys of inspiring members and supporters of NSA Houston. I'm your host, Beth Nas, and here everyone has a unique story. So let's get nice and cozy as we spotlight our next storyteller. Our guest today has turned his life experiences into a powerful mission to help others find clarity. Born in Lebanon, he faced adversity early on when an accident left him to discover his personal compass and found the direction to his life's purpose. Through faith, self-belief, and a resilient spirit, he rose above those challenges, discovering his inner phoenix. Now, as Director of Membership for the National Speakers Association Houston chapter and a clarity coach, he's dedicated to empowering others to overcome obstacles, embrace their uniqueness, and ignite their story to live a life and fuel their purpose. Please help me in welcoming Romeo El Chaer to our Storytellers podcast. Romeo, we are so excited to have you on the show today, and I'm so thrilled to be serving with you on the board of directors for the National Speakers Association. Welcome.
Thank you, Beth. And I'm really honored to be with you and to be on the board of directors. It's something so special to be able to give back to the community.
It is. It's actually something that when I met you last year, because officially we've had a year of getting to know each other, you were this newcomer that came into the association, and I saw you here and there, but I could tell that there was this fuel, this passion inside of you where you had this story that you wanted to tell. And I love the fact that you came in not knowing anything, not knowing what to expect, but like you were so willing to embrace it all. And so tell me a little bit about your background and kind of where you came from and what you've done, and how you've gotten to where you are today with NSA.
Well, that's a very long story, but I will try to make it short as possible. And it all started when I was at the age of 3. I was living with my mom, and we spent the summer at my grandparents' home, and where I had an accident where I lost my eye, and that was a big loss. And the moment I had this, I had to live with an eye that is first, I lost my vision, and second, I lost the appearance. So it was something awkward to be seen. And I couldn't do any kind of aesthetic operation because I had to wait until the age of 18 so the bone structure of my face be ready to make any change. Otherwise, it's going to be also not suitable. So I had to survive this. So that, in the society there, you were easily judged by how you look. And that's where, when I was growing up, I had all these challenges about being accepted as I am. And then when I started going out, I want to, go out with the boys, doing a partying or have a girlfriend, all that things. That was really hard at my teenage life because I was different. And that's why I had to find myself. And I started searching what's going on, why I had this, and what's the purpose of all this? So these existential questions came into my mind each day, each night when I put my head on the pillow. So to find out why I had all this, what's the purpose of it, why I am even here, going through all this. Then even I did the operation at the age of 18. I made the change. I looked better. I looked like everybody else, but the scar stayed inside. It was within me. I felt different. I felt rejected. People didn't know, but that's the thing. So while growing up, I discovered many things in my life that helped me to move on. And then when I moved to the States, I decided to go and I started to be a life coach. And then I started to have speaking engagements so I can talk about, giving hope to others as I I needed this when I was growing up to be understood, and that adversity, instead of destroying me, I overcome it.
So, Romeo, real quick, let me gain a little bit of clarity on this.
Yes.
When did you come into the United States? How old were you?
Well, I was 47.
Okay.
I moved in 2021,
Okay. So 47, and how old were you when your accident happened with your eye?
age of 3.
Okay. So for 44 years, you went through this journey. And I want to put the big impact on the listeners and the viewers so they understand that it wasn't overnight. This wasn't just something that you experienced and you had to just kind of figure it out immediately. You had this inner struggle, this inner challenge of just trying to be accepted and find your purpose and find the reason why. And you started with that is I had to figure out my why. Why did this happen to me? To be able to build your story to 44 years later when you're now 47 and you're in the United States and you're now again, I know as a first generation Iranian American, when I came into the United States, we're all trying to find acceptance. So not only have you already been through this path of finding acceptance, but now you're in a new world of trying to find acceptance. And so I love the power of that and how incredible your resiliency is to be able to push through that. So tell me more.
Well, you hit a lot of things here, and that's true. You know, by living in Lebanon, we had to learn to survive 24/7. So, and we lived our lives as, tomorrow may never come, and that's an additional hardship that we had to live there because we were in a civil war. So, the combination of hardships is really high, but it's all up. It was all up to me. What should I do with all this? The fact is, I need to move on with my life. I need to grab my life. I need to find it. That's what gave me that energy, that optimism, that there is always hope, And when I start meeting and engaging with people, some people rejected me or find me different. They couldn't get along with me. I understand that because I would look different. But it was also about me to keep going forward, discovering what is the purpose, what's going on, and should I accept this? Okay, I can accept it, but it doesn't mean that I have to stop. I need to keep moving forward to find my life purpose because that's what makes me more alive. And I was worried about finding that purpose, finding that thing that ignite my life in a way that it can never push me back. So I had to thrive.
And one of the things that I'm hearing you say is the ability to just keep moving forward, this mindset of, okay, things are going to happen. It's life. We all deal with it. We all go through it. But that's not going to be the reason why I'm going to stop or get discouraged. I'm going to actually be fueled by my weaknesses and the things maybe that I'm not knowledgeable of. And I'm going to empower myself to where I learn it. And as a result, I grow from it. And when you grow through that mindset, it allows you to be able to professionally grow, personally grow. And I've seen that growth in you. You came to the association last year, and it was my first year too. And when where I see you then and where you are today as director of membership, it's tremendous to be able to overcome what you've done and still have the mindset of how can I learn more, having this hunger of wanting to become better. And so, how do you find the association has played a role in your growth as your experience has developed you personally? How has NSA helped develop you professionally?
When I moved to the state, I landed in Maine, and I stayed there for 2 years. So it's like I built my network over there and established my life over there, and things were really good. But I know there is something bigger for me. So I discussed this with my wife, and then she had an opportunity in Houston. So I said, let's move. And the first thing I did, I searched for Speakers Academy for National Speakers Association and start Googling it. And I didn't wait. I just subscribed to it. And then I became a member immediately without even, didn't took me 2 minutes to decide. I just went there, find the link. I just became a member and moved on. And and I can remember from the first day I went there, I was, like this huge opportunity to to just be within people that they have this passion of the world, this amazing spirit to just move on in their lives and go make a change in the world. And that's the spirit that it was there. And I was like, oh my God, this was igniting my the fuel within me that I want to be that person. I want to do this change. That's what I was born for. That's what I got from. That's the first thing I start getting it from NSA. My love for NSA is like I didn't miss any event with NSA. Absolutely. And that's what was so eager to me. Like I want to be there. So that's something fueled me, and people saw me. You saw me how I was like jumping all over the place, talking with everybody, mingling. And I am an extrovert person. Okay, let's deal with this first. I'm an extrovert, and I need to fuel my energy from people because I love people, and that's why I work with people and I work for the people because that's me, and that's what NSA gave me as the first glimpse by just being there. It's the involvement. When I moved from Maine to Houston, nobody knows me. Nobody heard about me. And nobody, like, who am I? You know? So by getting involved, you shift things. You put yourself in the middle of the action. So if you stay on the bench and you watch the bus of life moving, you will stay on the bench. You have to leave the bench, get inside the bus, and move on with life. That's the perspective I live on a daily basis. I can sit down in my cocoon. I can be comfortable in my comfort zone, but where this will take me? Nowhere.
That's so true. And one of the main things that I want the listeners to pay attention to is involvement. It's not just about paying your membership fee and expecting to get something out of it or being handed speaking or consulting or training opportunities. No, at the end of the day, we all still have to work for it and we all still have to hustle and go after it and,
Yeah.
do it and prove it to ourselves. But I think what I'm hearing that you're saying is get involved, get yourself to all the networking events, be able to hear what other people are seeing and saying and what their experiences have been. We have some incredible members who have been long-term leaders in the association, and they have participated at the national level. So when they go and they gain experiences at higher levels, they can share those with us and be able to help us see different perspectives. Um, and what I really appreciate about you is that not only did you get involved, but you got involved to such a high degree to where now you're bringing in your love for what you felt and trying to infuse new members with that same experience. And so, what can a member gain out of the National Speakers Association?
Joining the NSA, I just made small calculations like what cost me to be within NSA, and I just made the math. So it's like 96 cents per day. That's not, it's like a lollipop. That's what I'm investing by being exposed to so many benefits. And when I was counting the benefits, it was like more than 12 essential benefits, essential by all means. I mean, on the personal level, on the career level, and professional level. It's all over the place. So you can find always something that can fuel that part within you because we all need this. The personal growth is a continuous thing, and that's what NSA was able to give me, and that's why I recommend highly for others, because that's what can also NSA fuel you. And I can give you small examples. Like, for example, when we want to go and attend an event where a speaker is going to talk, how much we invest into this? Thousands of dollars if we go in person. So you have to travel, you have to do all this, you have to pay for the ticket, and you have to be there, XYZ. But when you are a member in NSA, you're gonna be on the front row in front of a CSP speaker or very well-known speaker, and you're gonna see that professional in action. That is priceless, and that is costing you 96 cents per day. That's so valuable. Even if you're not like a speaker, you want to just be approaching this. You're gonna see people in action and how they perform, how they they fuel the energy within the audience, what the added value they're gonna give you by just being there, by being involved. So that's a major thing that people they just forget, or they just miss it sometimes, and that's the highest value ever you can find by being just there.
And if you really, really think about it, I mean, 96 cents. It's really funny. And you put that in your mouth and chew it if it's a piece of gum, and then ultimately your spoken word, what you're teaching, what's making you money, whether you're a keynote or a coach or a trainer or even an author writing a book, at the end of the day, our language skills are what make us money, and it's definitely a value for your investment. And one of the things that I think was really amazing is that your very first year that you joined, you also went through the Speakers Academy. Someone who actually went through our chapter's experience and came through on the other side. I want to know what it was from your seat that you got to see and hear, and as a result, grow from.
Yeah, that was a life changing. Going the academy, it was the best investment I've ever did so far. You know, the academy was so, how to say this, so precious to me. It's I did talks before coming to Houston, and I did in Chamber of Commerce, I did in events in the company organizations, inspiring others, and talking about resiliency and making decisions, leadership. But when I moved here, I was like, what I'm gonna learn? I already been on the stage, engaging with people, and all these things that comes into your mind. But when I joined the NSA Academy, and I said I want to take this to the professional level. Okay, I want to make this shortcut. I need to understand how this is working, and that was mind blowing. you know, what I thought I was talking about was totally different. Like the mindset. I keep repeating the mindset thing. It's so important to understand that we need to know how to think and how to approach a message to the audience, and which message, which story we need to put it out there, and how to make the combination to make that message reach to the audience in the best way ever. Because people, they need to get engaged and understand and feel. It's not understanding, it's feeling the message. It's about them, it's not about me. And that was so crucial.
I like the word that you use, shortcut. It's a
Exactly.
shortcut. Yeah.
Exactly. You're just being delivered the secret of the of this of the business,
A
about the
recipe of
leverage.
the recipe to success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and this is valuable.
Yeah. And I think that that is the key component of it, is it gives you an accelerated view of how to craft your message. And we're storytellers, ultimately, whether you want to write a book, whether you want to coach, or you want to be able to be a trainer or even a professional speaker. You engage people through authenticity and genuineness by your experience. And so you have a story of who you were as that 3-year-old child that went through that experience and that journey that he lived with his inner struggles of igniting this resilience that helped fuel him to find his inner phoenix and get to this point of where you are, all by having that mindset. And you said it and you repeated it and you said it over and over and you even emphasized it and you said mindset is a word that you use because it seems like the more you tell yourself that you can do it, the more you expect that you can be able to push yourself past it, the more you can involve yourself in being exposed to it. Well, and it's one of those things that, again, you're a testament of being able to show that if you really stick to it, then it is achievable and not giving up, not getting discouraged, not becoming self-destructive because it's so much easier to say why me versus not me and making sure that you have the mindset to not be that, person that fails, but rather continues to thrive. And a lot of it seems to be internal, and embracing the inner phoenix is something symbolic for you. And so, to just wrap up, tell me a little bit about that and what that means for you.
We all have a life, and that life is not always full of roses, most of the times. But, I learned something so important in my life when I was searching. I searched around all over the place. I trying to find fulfillment. I want to find happiness, and I want to find something to fill the hole within me. And I discovered that each one of us has an inner phoenix, and the phoenix rises from the ashes. And the beauty about the phoenix that it holds all the wisdom from previous lives. So when you find your inner phoenix, it will rise and it will shine and it will thrive because you're gonna fuel everything with the life experiences you had, but give that flame to be invested in the right place, which is within you, that inner phoenix. And then you're gonna change your life and you're gonna be shining like a phoenix. That's everything that inspired me, that it is there, but it's hidden. Sometimes we don't see it. We know that we have a life purpose, we have a message, we have something to do here on in our lives. It's not just to be here. So that's what I always encourage people to search for their inner phoenix, search for this superpower within that can change their lives and the lives that surrounds them as well.
I think that that is definitely a great way to wrap up this podcast because it shows that the fuel that you have within you will help ignite the path that you have that you'll be able to pave for yourself. And there's so many opportunities and there's so many resources for us these days more than ever. And the exciting part about it is that NSA Houston, our meetings are going virtual and hybrid. So our members can now join online or they can join in person. And it's definitely an experience to help you be able to ignite internally. So, as we close today's episode, we have been moved by Romeo's journey from adversity to purpose. His work highlights the power of resiliency and self belief. Thank you so much, Romeo, for sharing your story. And to our listeners, may his journey inspire you to find your own inner phoenix and keep pushing forward to ignite your light. Until next time, keep telling your story. This is Beth Rohani signing off.